What is up, YouTube? We are back again for another 1v1 between Frost 9 and 1000 Rangers. This time we are witnessing a TATARS Civ War. So right off the bat, you see siege workshops being placed down from both players. Rangers, looks like he's going with onagers, so he's going to be doing the fast rush that he normally does. And Frost 9 is coming with flaming camels. Interesting. 10 siege workshops right now from Frost 9. And 1 coming down right now from Rangers. So it seems like what Rangers likes to do in these 1v1 scenarios is have 1 or 2 villagers on a siege workshop and queue it with onagers while he slowly builds up his economy and other military buildings with an emphasis on economy. And I say that because you see a lot of these 1v1 games, Rangers typically has the stronger economy. Which makes sense because during the fight, he has no issues whatsoever with military production. Now onagers coming in play from Frost 9. Looks like this game, Frost 9 is going to be getting a little bit more aggressive as compared to the Portuguese Civ War. But if Frost 9 wants to go with flaming camels, he's going to have the superior economy. Because that is an expensive military unit to make. And when in mass like this, far more expensive. 20, wow. Frost 9 with, can I click it? Can I double click it? With 18 siege workshops up here. In terms of castle production, we have 6 from Frost 9. And we have 2 from Rangers. The middle is now open, thanks to both players using onagers to open, and Frost 9 sending in flaming camels as a means to scout. Here comes the rest of the flaming camels from Frost 9. Oh wow, he has more. He has more. 81 flaming camels. Bypassing the camels. Ignoring the army. He's sending them all the way directly into Rangers' castles. No cuts on the side. For the first time, we see Rangers actually on the defending end, and now he is forced to gate and wall, it looks like. Hand cannoneers and flaming camels of his own from Rangers, but unable to managed to stop that. But we have the military production from Frost 9 has slowed. Now he has onagers and flaming camels. Looks like he has a bit of a pathing issue going on. Bombard towers up in play also to keep Rangers at bay. Checking on the sides. Nothing as of yet being open on the sides. Still a lot of unchopped wood from Frost 9. Only 26 wood choppers as compared to Rangers 45. Farmers, however, you see that Frost 9 has 52 as compared to Rangers 48. So obviously flaming camel creation is going to be a priority of Frost, or he will be using them. We have skirmishers, hand cannoneers, and onagers right now from Frost 9. Hussars, camels. We have everything right now from Rangers. Rangers trying to make the pathing or the middle pathway a little bit larger. But he has his 2 gates here put in a nice position because they still choke the entry point into his base. Onagers taking out the hand cannoneers. Cavaliers coming in. Rangers, cannoneers coming in. or large group of cannoneers from Frost 9. Trebuchets for 1,000 Rangers. Taking aim at archery ranges, the military buildings first. Possibly going after the Trebs. Kashyyyks coming into play now from Frost 9, which are very strong Cavaliers. Their attack is smaller than a Cavalier. However, what is our armor? 1 plus 3, 3 plus 4. I'm not sure which one is the better unit to make, Kashyyyks or Cavaliers, but the Kashyyyks, their bonus is being able to obtain gold whenever they are attacking a unit. Camels now coming in from Frost 9 versus 1,000 Rangers, Cavaliers and Camel mixture. Scorpions and Onagers as well from Rangers. And a lot of siege coming in from Frost 9. These Michi fights can be chaotic sometimes, and it looks like they are going nowhere, especially whenever everyone is fighting in one area of the map in like a team game setting. With a 1v1, I mean, you know where it's going to be at. You can hear the cuts. It's not that difficult. A lot of camels coming in from both players. And the Scorpions from Rangers will help keep Frost 9 at bay if he doesn't get to them. But the Onagers, he's forcing them to target onto the Scorpions is very smart. More advancing coming now from Frost 9. Pull back now. Pull and push back from both players, actually. It's just a lot of microing going on. We're gonna box in this area. Rangers has the upper hand if we're going based on these two lovely bottom bars on the left side of the overlay. I think the outcome of this game might be different than the Portuguese Civil War. Gonna look around the map. Frost 9 making sure to wall off portions of the map. Smart, because you don't want to have to deal with raids destroy or damaging your trade. Knowing how crucial it is to have that gold income coming in. Frost 9 microing his camels to target the trebuchets, very crucial. If he doesn't target those, he's gonna get some pushback. And it looks like all the trebuchets of Rangers are going down. And for the first time in a while, we see Rangers now struggling with eco and wood. And you compare those amounts to Frost 9. Frost with 17,000 wood versus Rangers 900 wood. The gold is almost about the same, with the big difference being that Rangers has some 25 to 30 more trade carts. Trebs en masse now coming from Frost 9. Interesting choice. heavy cavalry archers from Rangers. Very interesting. Considering that he's fighting cavalries. A lot of cavalry archers. I don't know. That's a very questionable decision. This battle right here seems to be going back and forth with the edge leaning towards, I would like to say, Frost. Excuse me, I don't know if you heard that, I burped. Side action with the trebuchets. More trebuchet action coming in from both players. 7 from Rangers and 7 also from Frost. Rangers constantly microing the heavy cavalry archers, making it difficult for Frost to reach them. But he is stopping everything else that Rangers is meeting him in the middle with. If anything, the heavy cavalry archers are acting more like an annoyance. But it needs a meat shield in front. Camels, Keshiks, Cavaliers. Something melee combat. Something for melee combat. With these Civ Wars, if you're paying attention, you're realizing that most of these Civ Wars, players are creating the exact same unit to fight the other opponent with. So you saw Rangers was making camels. Well, that's exactly what Frost9 sent back to him. If it was Keshiks, then Rangers met Frost9 with Keshiks or Cavaliers. These Civ Wars, they don't offer much of an indifference, and the fact that both players have the same civilizations, you have to figure out what's the counter and go from there. Think of it like a rock, paper, scissors. I mean, every game is like a rock, paper, scissors, but the thing with Civ Wars is that you have the exact same ability as the other player in terms of creating what you want. See Rangers fast walling out here to keep Frost contained within this general region. We're gonna box this area in. More walling in coming from here. Frost9's trying to get in on the side, and he's in. A total of 27 camels right now heading towards Rangers trade. It looks like 14 cavalry archers on the way and 3 camels to try to stop that. And 30 trade carts. Jokes. More things happening over here on the side as well, Trebs, and just basically Treb warfare going on the side. Checking out the market raids going on. Five camels left in that area from Frost9. But the cavalry archers are actually going to do damage to them. But the whole point of the raids is to distract the player which means they are unable to micro because they're having to deal with something that's off their screen. That was one of the, I always felt like was the whole point of a trade raid. Especially whenever you're fighting someone like Rangers, like Frost, that like to micro a lot. Like their whole window, their focus is right here. They're not moving. They're not moving anywhere else unless they need to increase their farmer production or trade production. But if you know your hotkeys, then you don't have to go anywhere. I mean, that is the whole purpose of Michi. What a lot of players fail to understand is that you have that treaty in place in team games to set up your economy. So all you need to do once the fighting begins is to micro 100% of the time. Maybe deleting some idle villagers, maybe increasing your trade production or wood gathering production or your farming production. But for the most part, your screen is hovering right over your army. And maybe you're changing gathering points, forwarding your army, creating villagers to gather where your target is so you can forward build. But for the most part, in these games, your screen is right over your army, so you can control them, micro them. That's what a lot of players don't understand. Michi at times does seem like a spam fest to some players, but you are constantly controlling your army. That's why you see players like me prevail in sticky situations because I micro, or players like Assassin, Ula, definitely Nova. Players like that, we micro. And it's not just with army. For some, for me, I micro heavily with my wall building. I guess you could say I'm somewhat known for how I like to wall and lock down different portions of the map and help protect my allies. But being able to wall, quick wall, isn't just a spam fest. You're controlling your army pathing and the enemy pathing. And Rangers says GG, and that's it. So, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.